That was a little loud for my man. Yeah, he just came in with the music.
Came in hot.
So hard. Came in hot.
Well, damn.
This is my champion music. They hate my music, but this is what I like.
Love it.
This is what get me pumped up in the mornings and the days right here. It's like I'm coming into the ring with my wrestling belt. Yeah. You already know,
It
man.
wouldn't be the same without it.
Kitchen Talk, man. You already know, man. We back at it, man. This is not a love show. This is not a cooking show, man. But we do provide the vibe. Super big shout out to the whole gang, man. Shout out to PD, man. Shout out to Shalimar, Pearls Monroe. Shout out to Stacy. Hi, Stacy. big shout out to Nasty Nash. Shout out to my man, Mellow Man Ace, Coach Golf, Free Ricky till they free Ricky, and somebody's not here today.
Georgie,
we forgot about
Georgie,
your favorite tomboy. She's not here. I'm not happy about this, Georgie. Just in case you
Look at his face.
feels
I'm
like
not
I'm
happy.
happy.
Big smile. I can't.
If it feels like I'm not happy that you're not here,
It's true.
this smile is not real.
Whatever.
Shout out
I
to
miss you.
Holla. I miss her too, though. I miss her energy, man. Shout out to Stoney. You know what I mean? Shout out to the whole game, man. Kitchen Talk, man. You know what I mean? We back at it. We've been consistent, man. We got the hottest shit out here, man. Just in case you didn't know.
Happy to be a part.
Yeah, man. Big week, man. Big guest. Super big guest, man. I met this guy a long time ago. We met a minute ago, right?
Yeah, we was in DC.
Yeah.
And the vibe was right.
The vibe was right. Hey, I like to provide the vibes. Everywhere I go, I like to, have fun and all that, man. Round of applause for Mr. Ray Grant.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you for having me on. Thank you.
He said he didn't know he was gonna come in here and get fed. He was just like,
Oh,
what?
yeah, that's how, look,
I
we
did.
provide the vibe.
I
He
was
was
hungry as
starving.
heck, man. I told my man Stoney, I was like, hey, man, I got a headache, man. I need to get some French fries or something. And then Stephanie came down with the nice bowl.
Yeah,
with
bowls, hors d'oeuvres.
I ain't even never seen an egg cooked like that, but it was
What
nice.
is that, poached?
Yeah, I never seen it.
It was a muffin egg.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Me either.
It's a muffin egg. That's the thing, though, that we provide the vibe. This is like Kitchen Talk, so it's like, it's not a cooking show, but at the same time, like in the house, right? So
Right.
like we hang out in the kitchen,
Yep.
right? And then, the kitchen is like the metaphor for like where everything begins. You know what I mean? Being in the street, first thing you got to do, before you hit the block is take it to the kitchen. So the kitchen is the nucleus between everything. It's the beginning stages. It's where we hang out. It's the kitchen. So when we started the show, I was like, man, what we gonna name it? Where we hang at? We hang out in the kitchen. Fuck it, let's name it Kitchen Talk. And why not have ladies in the kitchen?
It's only right.
It's only right. It's only right.
Real gourmet though, man. Shout out to Pearls Monroe.
No disrespect to the hard heads, but you know what I mean. You don't want to hard heads.
I don't want to come down.
Not the vibe.
No, I don't want to see big dude in my kitchen.
You talking about taste this?
Yeah. That's a
Imagine
one-off.
PD cooking.
Yeah, nah, I don't want to see that. It's like Melvin off of Baby Boy. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it. I'm not with it. Man. How you been though, bro?
I've been very good, man. I've been blessed, truly. Like, I don't know if they told you, but I'm running for mayor of Washington,
I know that
DC.
already.
So
I know.
my blessings is coming.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people like they know my comedy career,
Right.
and that's a blessing too. I'm on tour right now with Katt Williams.
Right.
My last tour, the World War III tour.
Mm-hmm.
We've been selling out everywhere we go. It's probably 12,000 people a show.
Wow.
Doing these arenas. We're on our 14th city.
Right.
We're doing 50. And I'm just like, I'm living a dream, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I really think that God has truly showed me stuff that I never thought I would see.
Right. Of course. And that's the thing. That's what makes the journey that much, meaningful.
Yeah.
The fact that you can appreciate it.
I mean, just think about it. I mean, I feel like as a 19-year-old when I got on Def Comedy Jam my first time, I never thought that I'd be in this situation right now. I just wanted to tell jokes.
Right.
I just wanted to run around DC, then run around New York, then run around LA. And I was just learning stuff. I was getting culture as I was,
Right.
in this business. So, and you understand,
I do, most certainly.
You start at a certain place,
That's right.
you just wild, you just winging it.
Right. You start to develop in a certain way, and you start to see that you got other talents and other passions in other places. So that's the thing I want to ask you is that, you coming from DC and you coming from a comedy background, you know, and I watch you in you know, stand-ups, and I see you out, and I see you on the road a lot. You always, and you always with Katt Williams, right? What made you want to pivot towards politics, though?
I mean, I'm a humanitarian. Like, I've been a humanitarian for a minute, like helping the youth in my city, helping the youth around the country, you know, from LA to Vegas. And I just feel like I'm not really a politician at all. I'm a humanitarian.
Right.
And I feel like that's been missing within politics. Yeah. I feel like, you know, people forget about the citizens and the residents of the cities. And my city is very important to me because it made me, it bred me, it made me a better person. It showed me how to recognize certain things. And when I came home, I saw my city was off, and off in many different ways. And like y'all said, the vibe wasn't right. You know, our youth was just running around, just, you know, killing each other. Our seniors wasn't being taken care of. We had unaffordable housing. And these are things you hear politicians talk about, but I delved into that situation. I was like, nah, people can't even afford to live here no more. Right. So I was like, who gonna care about it? But a person that's from there that really understand that mother was a middle class mother who raised 2 kids by herself, but she was still able to afford. So I just feel like the diverse middle class has been taken away from us, and I want to make sure we get it back.
Dope.
The middle class is important. It's like the balance, right? Like,
It is.
It's kind of even like how you say, you know, you do comedy, you also are a humanitarian, you're doing politics right now. Like, people probably wonder, like, how do you balance all these, like, careers? Even just now we saw you in a suit, we're just like, oh, like, he's serious and he can be funny.
He's very serious.
Yeah, like, people don't expect that.
I'm the only one that's here cracking jokes. For real.
No, he's really serious.
I mean, I got a sense of humor, you know, at all times. I feel like sense of humor is needed for our society to move. And what's wrong with having a sense of humor and being serious at the same time? Why we can't be both?
And they both come with our experience.
That's real, though. I believe that. And I never heard nobody really deliver that. Like, it's our lives are serious, right? We black people dealing with our struggles, our inner struggles, our outer struggles. And it's always serious, but at the same time, like, we able to find humor in so many different things.
Heck yeah, and enjoy it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at my comedy career, everything I talk about is something that happens pretty much serious in my life, right? And I take it and flip it and make it a humorous situation.
Right.
From my moms to my wife to my kids to the neighborhoods I grew up in. You know, I just make it funny, even though sometimes these are hard places to come from.
That's right.
So, you know, I mean, comedy it comes from a serious place. So when people be like, how can you get into politics and you do comedy? Nah, but you're not talking about that's just 10% of my life.
Right.
You know, the other 90% have been production. You know, I work for BET and Viacom. I produce 25 different television shows for the network. Wow. You know, I've employed thousands of people. Wow. I've dealt with tens of millions of dollars in budgets. That was even pre-social media.
Right.
And, you know, I was already doing it.
Right.
So now that I'm a businessman, you know, I feel like most of these cities need people who understand corporations and running a business to run the city, because sometimes you put these politicians in office, they don't know how to really run a corporation.
And also 100%. Understand the need, like, for all the things.
And the corporation at the same time.
That's the thing.
It's
like,
a balance.
And that just comes with that experience of growing up in the city and all of that, and caring. I feel like a lot of people just don't care in politics, really.
I have a question. We're talking about comedy and being serious, and you know, with you stepping into the political arena, did you find it hard for people to take what you was doing seriously, because the people that knew you from comedy, and to take what you was doing seriously, did you run across that stumbling stone?
Yeah, I run across it, and they say, "Red, oh, you are serious."
Right, because we know you from comedy. Because people judge by the eye, and it's like, I know you for being, you know,
making people laugh.
Right. So it's like, I know you for that, and now you telling me that you stepping into this arena, now you on the pulpit, now you talking to me serious. So it's like, do you run into these things where it's people hard to take what you're doing serious?
I mean, Jesse Ventura was a wrestler. right? Arnold Schwarzenegger was a weightlifter and an actor.
And an actor.
Ronald Reagan was an actor.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I'm saying? Bono was a singer. I mean, it's just another pivot for my life.
That's right.
I mean, you don't have to. I tell young people all the time, do not put your life in a box. And don't let nobody put your life in a box. Because if you allow people to put your life in a box and they just say, okay, you just a rapper.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You're not a businessman. How can you run a business?
Indeed.
You feel me?
Indeed. You hear that, boys and girls out there? You hear that, Ace? Do not, and I say, do not let anybody put you in a box.
Nobody.
No, right, and that's the thing. So,
but when they say that to me, to answer your question, when they say that to me, man, I always tell them, why would I joke about coming back and making my community back better,
right,
and making it a better place to
Right.
live? You know,
Right.
that ain't a funny thing.
That's not.
When you seeing
That's
mothers
right.
struggling, when
That's
you seeing
right.
kids not getting the proper education, that's not funny.
right,
Right.
You know, so I mean, they got to look at life how I look at it. I look at it like, okay, all right, comedy is a job. I write jokes. I write about this stuff. I take this stuff serious. I write movies, but you can't write some of the stuff that's going on in life. It's really happening.
It's really happening.
So you know, I take making my community better very serious.
Nah, I appreciate it, and I could tell though. I could tell that like your demeanor and the way you speaking about that is serious to you. I had already heard that. I had read that somewhere that you was running for mayor. When is the so you got to go through the primaries and election? Like when is?
All right, so the election next year, November 8th. I'm running independent, so I won't be in the primary. I'll go straight to the general. So you know, most of the Democratic Party or the Republican Party, they'll go through their primaries,
Right.
and I'll see them when it's time.
When it's time.
What are the odds for an independent person? Like, we positive people here, obviously, you gonna win. But I'm just like, what is the odds of independent candidate actually making it through and pushing through and actually getting some, credibility and getting through the whole
process.
Yeah.
I think it's super. It's heavy for us, but it's a situation where a lot of people want to be independent right now of
Right.
the democracy that's been going on.
Right.
You know, they tired of the partisanship that's going on, and you know, I think I've been a registered Democrat all my life, right? And when I stepped out there and said I'm gonna run independent, it was for a reason. It's because I'm just tired of that bureaucracy
Right.
that goes on, and I think that we have to bring it together. We have to have somebody in leadership that can talk to a Republican, talk to a Democrat, talk to an independent, talk to a Green Party, and at the end of the day, our differences are smaller than our similarities. We got to bring our similarities together,
Right.
and start focusing on our differences. So that's why it's very possible, and I'm going to win.
Yeah.
I'm going to blow them out the water.
For sure. I feel like people need to hear that, though, because it's like, when even me as a voter, I'm just like, even if I believe in the independent person, I'm just like, I'm just going to vote Democrat because they're not.
But it's time for
Yeah.
independent. It's time.
Right.
And not only locally, like as far as DC or locally as far as New York, but nationally, like we see the ping pong and back and forth between Democrats and Republicans, and then it's like, are we in the shape that we in right now? Are we in any better shape than when Trump was here? Like it's crazy. We might be worse. It's crazy. We got bamboozled. You understand? So it's real like that. So I get it. So I think it is time. And what's his name? Barry?
Marion Barry?
No, not no.
Oh, that's
not Marion Barry, but we can talk about
okay.
Marion. But the old guy that was running.
Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders.
Right.
Yeah.
He was talking this independent thing, for a while now,
Right.
and I don't think we was understanding it. I don't think we was getting it because he was coming out and he was like, I'm independent. I'm not over here. I'm not over there. Like, so I it's now I get it. Now I get it. But speaking of Marion Barry,
My man.
he's the probably most famous DC mayor.
Yeah.
Is he he wasn't the only black DC mayor.
No.
There's been other black. He was the first black DC mayor.
It's black DC mayors.
Period.
Really?
Black
Chocolate
DC.
City.
DC
Wow.
black mayors.
It's a black mayor. Period.
Yeah, period. So
He was the only one smoking crack.
well, let me say this. had a drug issue at one time,
Right.
and I don't. If you look at the film of that situation, you know he didn't even really want to hit it. If you look at the film, just look at the film.
It want to hit him though.
Nah, he was in the room in the situation.
Calling me.
Nah, he was in a situation with a young lady, and she kind of coerced him too.
Right.
And that's what they caught on camera, and that's what you see. But what you don't see is that the man helped the youth out so much that they will never forget him. All the youth had summer jobs.
Wow.
All the youth worked. All the seniors was taken care of. Our city was ran good. And at the end of the day, you know, if you take out one thing about a person's life, all of our lives out here,
right.
you'll be like, oh, he ain't nothing because of that one thing. You know, but at the end of the day, that's why he's never forgotten, because the city of DC will never forget what he did for us.
Wow.
For us.
Wow.
The people.
I appreciate. And listen, we as people, we all have our demons, we all have our vices, but it doesn't define us as a whole. Because I'm pretty sure Petey's got something going on. I know when them lights turn off,
All those vices Petey has.
there ain't no telling what you got going on, boy.
We've heard about
got
you.
a thing for Backpage or whatever it is that you got going on. Whatever it is that you got going on, it doesn't define you, and that's basically because.
Good job, Pete. Don't let that define you.
Right, you're not gonna with all the positivity, right? Like, so like we talk about Marion Barry with all the positivity that he has done for the city. So his legacy cannot just be that one.
Like people in the city, I'm gonna tell you,
right
only people outside the city
Right.
will say that, because people in the city, if you say that to them, they be like, come on, bro, don't nah.
Wow.
Because they know how much he did for us.
Right.
You know, because people that seen the news, that's how they judge him. But people who lived in the
lived in the
middle of
city.
it, they know that he cared about. I mean, he was one of those mayors that he'd come and talk to you for hours, and he'll pull up on you where you were at, and he cared about the youth, and I think that's what's missing. That a people's
champion.
Yeah.
You understand, a person, because that's essentially what a mayor should be.
Yeah.
Somebody that's actually a part of the people.
That's why I love my program that I got, like the Don't Shoot Guns, Shoot Cameras program, where we help the youth learn filmmaking from beginning to end. Teach them how to write their own films, shoot their own films, you know, edit their own films. And what I find out through these programs, that it's not enough programs. And when I was growing up, we had a lot of programs that us as kids could get into. So we'd stay out of the way of the BS.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the older people at the time that was in the way and doing what they did, they protected us. They were like, nah, y'all, man, get away from this. This ain't what you want.
That's right.
That's what we losing that.
We're losing that. And there's definitely no programs.
No program
nationally for our kids. Like, it's nothing for them to do. So it's like, stay away from the streets.
Right.
Stay away from drugs.
Yeah.
But then where am I going? What am I doing?
And it's like, you know, what we doing? We have no alternative. You understand? Like, when you tell somebody to put down a gun or put down the drugs, have something for them to pick up.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, what we doing?
Right.
You know, and it's rough.
And they took the trades out the school, like, you know. Like
no
you used
more trades?
They used to be electrician.
Oh, the trades.
Oh, trades.
Right.
Yeah, trades.
Trades.
Like real trades.
Yeah.
Like you can be a hairdresser.
Yeah.
You can be electrician.
That's
you
been
can lay
gone.
brick. You know, they had carpentry. They had
Culinary arts.
Yeah,
and
culinary
stuff.
arts,
Homemaking.
engineering, home ec. You know, learn. People don't even learn how to cook before.
Nah, it's nothing. You just go to school to be dumb.
Learn how to follow rules or something.
Go to school and learn math you're never gonna use.
Right.
Never.
Don't teach you how to help be a businessman or be a boss. Teach you how to follow. Just go out there, get this education, and go get your job and work for somebody. And
good luck.
It doesn't even instill in pride that you need and confidence that you need to be to face the world,
Right.
and deal with the world in real situations. So the whole structure needs to be situated in the right way.
Because everybody don't want to go to college.
That's right. That's right.
And it's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
Nah, and the way the kids think now, or the youth think now, they like, why I'm gonna spend $400,000, $300,000
Just to be in debt.
To be in debt. When I could take that, I put it in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right, and that's another thing. Yeah, give me something too, because I was dropping some shit too. It should be classes on crypto. And,
Yeah.
you know, like real business classes, real how to start a business. It should be classes about
Before college.
Film. It should be real sensible classes that you know what I mean.
Innovative. Like, they use this word innovative. They don't even understand what it means. Like innovative means taking it to the next level, not staying where we were. You know, innovation is always growing. And
They don't want us to be free thinkers out here.
They don't want us to be great, man.
we got to be great out here, man.
Yeah. But I like that you're showing them something creative, because I feel like, was comedy like an outlet for you, you know, kept you out of trouble?
Singing.
Singing was. Ooh.
Singing.
Yeah, my mother kept me in like a lot of youth choirs, and I sung my head off. All through high school, all through junior high school, all through elementary. You know, even for my grandmother and her little company. And I thought I was going to be a football player. I played football at Savannah State. I actually played with Shannon Sharp. And I thought I was going to be a ball player or a singer. And, of course, things ain't work out on the football field. And I feel like comedy grabbed me. Like, because I was a
How did comedy grab you not singing?
I think at the time I had an attitude problem growing up. I think my attitude lost my football scholarship.
Wow.
And when I thought I was a big bad person at the time, and God brought me back home to D.C. and he was like, I'm gonna make you make people laugh.
So this was not. So you had to have had something about you already.
Because I made
already.
Because I joned on everybody.
Right. Anyway.
Yeah. But that's something that we do in
we
the
all
street.
do,
You know what I mean? That's like it's a form of like, you know, get off me.
Yeah, we call that ranking.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Here in New York, we ranking on each other.
Yeah, that's the first identity in the street to keep people off you.
Right.
And the second is your hands, and you know you don't want to have to go to no thirds. So
Did a lot of that third, man. Did a lot of that third.
So I was one of the ones I didn't want to go to the third at all. So I keep it to the first and the second. If I ranked on you too hard or joned on you too hard and you wanted to fight, I would fight. You know,
right.
I was one of those guys. But at the end of the day, when he called me, and he called me early too, because 6 months after I got in like trouble, I was on Def Comedy Jam.
Wow. Come on, get something.
Did Apollo, did Def Jam, Teen Summit. I was just a young, and then I just moved to New York.
Wow, that's crazy. Because not to cut you up, I'm sorry about that, bro. Because we just had Kid Capri here, and we were talking about.
That's my man.
Yeah, we were talking about Def Comedy Jam and how, you know, integral it was to the culture, and how it married hip hop and comedy together, which really is not separate. Right? So when you talk about the culture, you talk about growing up in the hood, we always ranked on each other. It was always somebody more funnier. It was, you know what I'm saying? Like in my hood growing up, it was a dude named Dooney.
Right.
Everybody
remember the funny dude.
Dooney was vicious though. He was what they call bullying now, because we didn't look at it as bullying. We was just like, we ranking and he just better. Like, and he was a little older and he was brutal. Like he didn't play with none of us. What you looking at? What you looking at? Your whole house is on crack. What you looking at?
He go right to it.
He go right to. He ain't play game, and he made us feel bad. But he was rough. He was good though.
It make you tough though.
Yeah,
gotta come ready.
That's why I think you know
I'm
what I mean. Comedy make you ready, and entertainment make you ready, and those moments make you ready for that entertainment business, because it's not an easy business, and you can't be soft and you can't be sensitive in the business. So I mean, I'm glad I had the moments. I'm glad people taught me how to use my hands. I feel like I feel like I'm dangerous with them enough. That, you know what
just
I mean?
In case anybody got want to test. Just in case
you take this suit jacket off. You take this suit jacket off.
Just in case. You know what I mean? Karate chop will be displayed.
Right. I'm looking at your neck.
Yeah. What's up? You know?
Yeah, but I learned how to control my emotions. My father used to tell me when I was young, he was like, man, Buck, you used to call me Buck. He like, Buck, you need to control your emotions. Don't let your emotions grab you. Don't let your emotions take over you. because you can't control them, man. You got to control your emotions. And I
totally
never
right.
understood what he was talking about till I got a certain age, and I was like,
Yes, indeed.
control your emotions.
Control your emotions.
God,
Gets in the way.
It does, and it's not as easy. Said
it's
as
not
done.
easy.
and it takes a very masterful person to do that. We still trying to master that.
Namaste, you know what I'm saying?
Namaste.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Speaking of comedy, I got this question I've been wanting to ask you because there's a lot happening right now in the climate with this David Chappelle in the transgender community. Was it LBGQ?
No, it's trans.
Transgender. All right, cool. It's a lot happening. How do you feel about that? Because I heard a question the other day where it says, should comedians have a cap? Should it be a limit on comedy? I personally don't think so. What's your thoughts on all this?
Well, it wasn't a limit on comedy.
But it shouldn't be.
I just think that society is sensitive right now. I think when you take it away from the comedians to be able to be open to situations that we see, and you kind of taking a certain form away from us. If anybody should be sensitive, I think it should be African Americans.
I feel like what he was saying.
That was his point.
Well, I was with Dave the night before when he showcased that the closer in DC the night before he let it go on Netflix, and I was with Dave, and he asked me, he was like, "How you like it?" I said, "I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I liked the way you put it. I understood where you were going. I know you wasn't trying to clown anybody.
Right.
I think you was trying to get people to understand that civil rights is civil rights.
It's a deeper struggle.
Is for all of us.
Right.
And I think people, and this is just in the world, just in general.
Right.
I think people take what you say out of context a lot of times.
That's
why I hate text messages. Like I text somebody and they come back and they be like, "What?" They thought, I gotta call you because you feel the vibe through my voice.
Understand?
So I know Dave Chappelle personally. I know what type of individual and human he is. I know his spirit. I know he never tries to harm anyone. So I know where he's coming from, but he's always teaching. He's always trying to give us a lesson. Mr. Katt Williams is the same way. He'll give you a lesson. Like in this tour we're doing right now, he giving lessons out there, but it's in a comedy way.
Right, because comedy comes from a real place.
It do.
It comes from a real pain. It comes from real struggle. It comes from real issues that are going on in the world. When I looked at Dave Chappelle's The Closer, I understood what he was saying. He was saying, okay, there's a deeper struggle, like the African American struggle. Like, have we forgot what we've been going through and what we still going through in this country? And yet, it's like, you could go kill a nigga, but then you say one wrong word about, you offend somebody, and then you getting canceled.
Well,
it's like you got to really be careful what you're saying.
It's like my man Katt Williams said about cancel culture. He said that like almost a year ago. He was talking about cancel culture. Nobody knew what he was talking about. And it was like you say things that people don't want to hear. They want to cancel you. Like, well, for me, I look at life like this. We all grew up around a certain thing and certain people. I'm me, you. And when we growing up in the neighborhoods, you have, we didn't call it LGBTQ
right
plus at the time. It was just like you had,
Is there a plus on it now?
Yeah, it's a plus.
What?
A T.
It's a lot.
Yeah, yes.
Hold on, but how did it start though?
LGBT.
LGBT. That's it started. Then they added a Q. And now it's a plus.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, when you grow up, you got your great gay friend.
Right.
Everybody knows he's the gay friend.
The gay friend, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But
I didn't have a gay friend. I had a gay uncle, but I didn't.
Timmy was in our neighborhood. He was the gay. But we didn't associate him as being gay.
Right.
We just associated being our friend.
Right.
As you grew up, you understood that Timmy, was
indeed
didn't like girls.
Right. So, but at the time when we was playing, we all played together. We had fun together, and we were who we were. So when it gets to a certain, I love the way Dave does it because don't think we should be so sensitive to the situations. You know, I got a joke where I talk about my father wouldn't let me be gay when I was little. Even if I wanted to be, and I tried one day, and he, you know, and it goes through this whole little demeanor. But it's truth. Like when I was growing up, my father used to tell me, don't do certain things. Right. And certain fathers do that. But I think at the end of the day, be who you are.
Right.
Don't try to think that your civil rights is more than my civil rights. I think we all got civil rights, and I think that we all got to look at our civil rights and say, look, if you treat me messed up, you treat me messed up.
That's right.
You know, if you being disrespectful, you being disrespectful. And let's try to be more respectful to one another. That's how I look at it.
And I think it's also what he was saying too is like, you know, don't claim minority, we're a minority, and then when it comes to like defending another minority, it's like a problem. I think that's what it was. Like if you're black, you're also a minority. If you're, you know, LGBT, that is a minority, but you can't just pick and choose when you're gonna play which card.
Well, Caitlyn Jenner, she came out and helped and supported Dave yesterday.
Word.
Yeah, she was like, y'all not gonna just jump on. And she,
all right, but I'm confused about.
Don't do this again.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah.
Bruce Jenner is
Trans.
but he said he's not gay.
Yeah, because he's trans.
He said they'll sleep with men though.
No. It gets weird. It's like there's
I'm
sexuality
confused,
and then there's gender.
Yeah,
there's sexuality and then there's gender. There's two different things. You could be a guy who likes a guy who likes a girl. You could be a guy who turns into a girl but still likes girls.
So, but if you part of that community, don't you have to like men?
No. Lesbians don't like men.
Okay, got you. But what I'm saying, he's a man
So now he's
that
closer to being a
transformed into
lesbian.
a woman, but he still like women,
Yeah. So he's kind of like a lesbianish.
but he just wants to be in a woman's body.
Yeah. It's more about how he feels about himself. It's not what he's attracted to. Does that make sense?
So you can identify with being anything in the world, right?
Yeah. I knew somebody at Google that identified with being a fox.
No, but I'm saying and you have to call him
a fox. You better call him a fox.
Yeah.
right. So if whatever you identify with, you have to
Very important.
Is this a rule, right? So my question to you is this: if you identify with anything you want to be, do people have to say that that's what you are?
That's why now you got to tell people what your pronouns are. Yeah.
I identify with being 25.
You 25.
All right, that's it. That's it.
It is what it is.
This moment on, nobody better not act like you're older than 25.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's it.
But nobody can tell you nothing about that. You're the one who lived the years, not us.
Right.
Like, what do I
No,
know?
that's
Some
what
of them
I'm saying.
don't count. Like,
They don't. Like,
you're on your second life. Like,
scratch them right off. Like,
it works.
It gets
I think
confusing
that's all right.
out here, man. It gets very confusing though, but I guess.
But life, life gets confusing sometimes. But I always tell people, don't be too judgmental. And I don't think we all know everything in life. We all still learning about each other.
100%.
So I let people be them, and I do, man. I'm learning so much, like from Snoop. I learned so much, like this, like how he deals with people, and he treat everybody the same way.
That's right.
And I just try to live my life on a higher standard, and not be like ignorant to my own learning. Like some people taught me certain things, and I need to sometimes be like, okay, maybe I don't need to be in the neighborhood every day, all day on the block, and think that's the coolest thing in the world. I don't need to do everything that everybody else does. Maybe I need to venture out and be more cultural.
Do you find it as a comedian that people want to see you funny all the time?
Hell yeah.
Or expect you to be funny all the time?
You should have seen how Stephanie brought my bowl to me. She thought I was going to be clowning in.
Yeah. You're like, this nigga serious as fuck.
Nah, they do, man. I don't know why they do that, though. Like, I'm glad my wife don't think like that.
You know what it is? we judge by the eye. We judge by what we see, and our perception is based off of how we know you. How you walk in here and you're a mechanic, and I know you for being a mechanic. The next thing you know, you tell me you're a dancer. It's like,
Right.
Dancing mechanic. Like I don't.
You can
I
be.
said, yeah, you can though,
Yeah,
right?
you can.
You identify
That's why
with
it's
We're
so-
dancer.
multifaceted
That's
people.
why it's so
you
hard
know?
for like strippers.
That's a great example.
Do what?
To once they stop stripping, for people to take them like they don't want to, like you seen them strip.
But they're
now-
also a nurse.
But yeah, but now they in college, and they said they've been working to get their degree, and now they're a nurse.
I ain't got no problem with no strippers, man.
We
I
We
take,
know.
we have
We
no
know.
problem.
I take strippers seriously.
I
Yeah,
can't.
baby. I ain't got no problem with what you did or used to do or what you even do. What you doing tonight? I don't have that
That's what I wanna
problem, man. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. You understand? The naked hustle is a job. You gotta respect that.
But once they get to a point where they like, look, I am now a lawyer.
Right.
Right.
I don't strip anymore. You
Right.
know, you got to take that lawyer serious.
That's right. And that's 100%. I respect the struggle, right? So it's like what we talked about. It's like where you start from in the journey. You never
Yeah.
know, because we constantly growing. The opportunity of life that we have, we could be many things. You know what I mean? And then we knocking down walls every day to disprove people, to show people that we are greater than what you thought we was. You thought I was just a rapper, huh? Fooled you, nigga. Fooled you,
You
nigga.
fooled them. Hey,
So
you
that-
fooled them.
Fooled you, nigga.
And I'm gonna tell you, like, and I'm proud of you too, man.
Thank you, bro.
Like in real life, like,
Thank you, man.
I see what you do.
Thank you.
Like, and especially with like now, like with social media being so
Yeah,
big,
yeah,
and how
yeah.
you can really like, you a teacher.
Thank you, brother.
I seen you like sit in your car and be
Yeah.
a professor,
Yeah.
like to
Give them the
these.
game. Yeah. Give them
Yeah.
the game. Give them the game.
They need it.
They need it. They need it. You know, this is the inspirations, the motivations. And when we speak, it's like, it's things that apply to myself, but we all got similar struggles. So it's just like certain things that I know that resonate with me may resonate with all of us. You understand? Just about how to move and just how to look at things and how to feel about yourself. You know what I mean?
Do you have any advice for people who are kind of coming up, whether in comedy or politics, production, any of that you've had experience in? Or even in transitioning careers, all of that? Like,
I just tell people to don't get stuck in the same place. I feel like, even in comedy, I'm always elevating. I became a better comedian and a better comedian. I did more specials and I did more TV. I did more movies. I directed films. I got my own film company.
Dope.
That then now I'm hiring people to direct films and produce films, and
Right.
I just never say no to your opportunities that you get, because they might be your next opportunity to be successful. So I mean, that would be my thing. And like with politics, I can't tell people how to be a politician because I'm a humanitarian,
Wow.
and I'm gonna stay a humanitarian as I run for mayor.
Yeah.
And as I become a mayor, and I want to always do that. And as they bring policies to me, yeah, I learn policies. I learn things, just like anybody else. But I don't want to lose that human side of me.
I feel that in you. Do you feel like, because first thing I do when I wake up is put on CNN, just because I like to just be in tune
Me
with
too.
world news.
Yeah.
Like that's just my thing. And I just realize how dirty of a business politics is, and how back and forth it is. This like backbiting and the lies, and it's like, wow, this is like really, like if you really pay attention, this is like really a nasty business.
I don't have TV. I don't watch TV.
That's real.
I know people like, you don't have TV.
No TV you watch?
I don't watch TV unless I'm in there with my wife and she looking at Squid Games or whatever it is, and I just catch like little parts of it. But I'd rather turn my Xbox on, hit Snoop on the Xbox, play some Madden, and I'm one of those guys.
Right.
I feel like we should put Maddens in all and video games in all the schools. I feel like they should learn about coding.
Hell
I feel like
definitely about coding.
yeah, I feel like they should
Requirement.
yeah. I mean, on break, I'm a gamer. Me and dog, we game, and I come like it be late night. Like after I do all my work, I get on and I might stay for an hour and just get my brain away from the world. And I just don't look at a lot of TV. Seeing
what-
them got me. It had me stressing.
Yeah, but what about the game of politics though? Like you getting into the game? Did did it reveal to you that it was
Oh, yeah.
more dirtier than you knew?
Yeah, even if you don't have no TV, it come at
That's
you.
what I'm saying.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you don't need no TV to see this shit.
Right.
Nah, it came at me as soon as I said on May 15th, 2021, that I was running for mayor of Washington, D.C. The next hour, it started with me. Like, I mean, from people denying me to speak at my school's graduation, people taking kids out of my programs, like, they was coming at me.
Wow.
They tap your phone.
Tap your phone.
Oh, they do all of that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So all the conspiracy theories are true?
Oh yeah, they do all of that.
And they try to find stuff on you, right?
Yeah,
like your
they
opponents.
they do. You know, they do everything they can. You walking your dog, they might throw something on your dog. I mean, it's just like it's not the same. But my mother taught me, and my grandmother taught me, make sure I keep smiling. I'm gonna smile at these fools as much as they wanna come at me. I'm gonna keep smiling because history will be made. I will be making history. And I'm going to smile through it. And I'm going to show these youngins, like, no matter what you go through and what they coming at you with, you're going to keep smiling at them and move to the next moment. Don't get caught up in there.
That's right.
Turn your head from it and keep pushing.
Keep smiling.
Because they get with your emotions. And once you get your emotions, now you're thinking about them. And then you forget about the task at hand. And it's a big task out here, too. We not here no more.
You're on a mission.
That's
super mission.
That's
You're
interesting. It's interesting, very interesting that you say that about smiling, because that's one of the things I always talk about. I say that they won't ever have the opportunity to never not see me smiling. Every time they see me, I'm like that. Every time.
You gotta smile at them, man. Look. It's been even. I mean, when I was even in like the baddest kid that you can ever be, I was smiling. I was laughing.
That's right.
You know, I mean, that's my whole family. We just laugh and we smile. But when they coming at you, you know, yeah, you feeling the heat, and you might don't, you know, you ducking where your smile can't be on your face. But when you get about, you gotta be like,
Never let them see you sweat.
Get out of here.
That's right.
Yeah.
That smile
As
represents
somebody who
confidence.
like cares about people, you know what I mean? You're a humanitarian and now you're gonna be in politics. There's a lot of things that are gonna conflict, and there's a lot of things that maybe people know you to want to change and stuff, but maybe you don't have power to do as a mayor. Like, for those people who don't understand politics, like, what is the mayor's job? Like, how can he stop like vaccine mandates or anything like that?
in our city, they can. The mayor has the power to mandate vaccinations and put them in place and run the city services. That's your main job as a mayor. It's not to create legislation. It's not to create certain things that people think, quote unquote, a mayor is supposed to do. A mayor's job is to run the city services. It's to be the executive of the corporation, which is the city. And is your trash being picked up on time? Is your road smooth? Is the police department doing what they're supposed to do? Fire department, social services, you know, are the people getting the benefits of this city? And, you know, DC has an $18.8 billion surplus in their budget. So that money not being pushed to certain areas, you are the one to can allocate that situation. So, you know, when you're in a situation when people are less fortunate, I believe in diversity, inclusion, and equity. I think everybody should get their equity, you know. And maybe you're not going to get as much as others, but you shouldn't be struggling when you got an $18.48 billion budget. It should be allocated properly. We get $100 million in tickets every year on cameras, ticket cameras.
Right.
I think I think that whole $100 million should go to the kids who are graduating from high school. They should have, and they want to go to college, they should get a piece of that money to have scholarships, all of them. The whole $100 million should go to them.
And what about affordable living?
Oh, affordable living has to be at a point where, so in DC, we had a lot of affordable living. Right now, it's not affordable for a lot of people who are originally from DC.
Right.
We were 76% African Americans at one time, almost 80 maybe, and now we're 49.
Wow.
So and it's because of the inability to afford living. So you have to break down this whole system from the people who appraise homes and people who buy homes, and I tell people all the time, do not sell your home before I get into office, because we're gonna make make it affordable for you to live in that home. You gotta hold on to it, because a lot of people are miseducated about what they're doing with their property, and they're just selling it because it looks,
Right.
They offering you this little when you for real supposed to get this big.
Right.
So affordable housing has to be affordable. You got to create affordable housing, though. You got to have developers who care about the communities to come in, not just to put certain brackets of people in.
Just to make money off it.
Yeah, so it got to be a bracket where middle class can live too.
Right.
And make and look good too. Shouldn't be just thrown up. It shouldn't be no projects.
Right.
It should be
nice,
yeah,
decent.
yeah. Well,
Nice affordable housing.
yeah, nice affordable housing. So, we're gonna work on that. We're gonna make sure we work with the right developers to develop structure and growth to living, proper living, and so our people can really afford to live in our city again and move back to our city.
I think that's a topic in every city.
It is.
Especially here in New York, where it's like gentrification. It costs so much to live here.
Mm-hmm.
When they moving the residents out, moving them into more poverty-stricken neighborhoods, while they done built up our city to the point where it's like it used to look crazy, but now it looks beautiful. But then we can't afford to live there.
And it goes to education again, miseducation. We didn't understand at the time when they were showing up and we was late on our taxes, and somebody come and say, well, I'll help you pay your taxes and get out of this situation and give you this amount for your home. You wasn't thinking that they were gonna sell your home for 4 times as much as that they just bought it for. So then you sold it for $200,000. Then they get ready to sell it for $1.3 million. I mean, like I told people, I used to live in Brooklyn when you can live in the whole big old house.
Whole brownstone.
Yeah. And
When did you live in Brooklyn?
Back in '95.
So when you talking about brownstone, so that's probably in my area, Bed-Stuy.
I lived in Fort Greene, but it was
close. Yeah,
it's all the same thing.
Yeah, it's close. Yeah.
And I used to live with Royale Watkins, Donnell Rollins, who's Ashley Larry.
Oh yeah. I know Donnell well.
Yeah. So we all lived in the same little brownstone, and it was owned by African Americans, and that whole block was African American, and
beautiful area.
Now it's still a beautiful area,
but now it's,
you can't afford it.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
So I mean, we got to really look at the situation, and somebody got to step in from the federal side and say, look, you can't keep doing this to these residents.
Right.
If you pushing them out to where? And the homeless problem in DC is we're the 4th highest homeless. So now people are living
Where's
on
number one, like LA?
Probably.
No,
they're
San
aggressive
Francisco.
in LA for real.
San Francisco, I think, is number one.
It's bad in DC. I mean, it's tent city. Like everywhere you go, it's tent city, and it's a direct effect from not being able to
afford, and it's like, what do you expect people to do? And I think a lot of people want to move in south, where
it's cheaper,
where the cost of living is a little more cheaper
for a better quality of life.
But it's still not a good thing, to just take the neighborhoods and just basically kick us out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's sad.
Yeah, it is
It's sad.
So that's one of the things that you want to basically help.
It's at the top of my list. That public safety, the kids, helping the kids is number one to me. Helping the kids and our seniors, and then you got to have public safety. You have to have public safety. We got to deal with it. Whatever we got to deal with the mental health issues that's going on. There's a lot going on. So, if affordable housing, we got to be able to live there.
Right. What do you think about gun violence and gang violence and stuff like that?
It's sad because a lot of like I said, these kids, they want to make money.
Right. That's the core of it. They want to be in a position to not starve.
So it starts there, but then when you get into that position, now you defending the little bit of money that is in the street.
It's a domino effect. The beginning issue is not having, and then it becomes how to get, and how to get is a cycle that is competitive, and you know, next thing you know, standing against another black man at odds. It's me, it's him, we against each other.
And if you put in the enormous amount of weaponry that's in our communities. Now you're dealing with a time bomb for real.
Yo, listen, I'm glad you brought that up. Because I always try to understand the meaning of some weaponry, right? They have guns that absolutely have no meaning but to destroy human flesh.
Yep.
Right? I'm saying, okay, I'm all for right to bear arms, protect your household, your property, your family.
Me too.
I'm all for that. All right, I'm all for, I'm even all for standing, you stand your ground, like, defending yourself, and I'm all for all that, right? But the type of guns that they manufacture, which end up on the street, is like it's uncalled for. Wouldn't the problem be easily solved if they just stopped manufacturing these assault rifles, these guns that, I mean, come on, they got a judge, right? A judge it's like a 350. It's not even 357. It's a revolver that shoots shotgun bullets. Like, what is that made for? Like when you talk about a AR-15 and all of the many different variables of weaponry, it's not made for hunting.
Nah.
Because a hunting rifle, like hunting, you would destroy it like a deer with guns.
You can't even eat it.
You can't eat it. Like,
right.
It's like, this is made for war. Why did they manufacture war guns right here?
It's a setup.
Like, I don't.
And sell them at the Walmart.
And sell them, and it's so easy to get. Why? And then say that we have a problem, and then turn around and say that we got a problem with violence. I don't understand that.
No, we got a problem with weaponry.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because we can deal with the mental health issues, which we should at all times.
Right.
We can even deal with the emotions, and we can deal with a lot of other things. But when you put all that together, and you got drugs involved now, drugs that we never thought that we had. I mean, it was bad enough with the coke and the crack and the heroin. But now you got
mixing shit up.
They mixing everything of fentanyl with the the fake weed, K2, and then your brain is all you ain't even
people walking around like
zombies.
It's horrible.
So we got
and more now. Like I've noticed that after COVID specifically, like
COVID like put us in the house and everybody was stressing. Everybody was. I seen people go like I'm glad like and this is a true story like I don't smoke marijuana, right? I have in my life, but I stopped doing COVID, like, cause if I didn't, I'd be around the house, chief. I'd have been chief. And I found out that I got my life like super back doing COVID. I got rid of all the fake friends.
Wow.
I didn't have no more fake friends.
Right.
So whoever was around me was either family or really a real friend. And I was able to read and pray and meditate like harder than I've ever. And I lost weight.
I know that's right.
So that's positive.
I gained weight on this show.
I
gained weight.
I want to gain weight today too on this show.
You might gain today.
I really like your mantra though. Speaking of meditation, like purpose over popularity.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little about that?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Purpose over popularity.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, you can use it.
Can I use that?
Yeah.
Can't wait to use it on somebody.
It's purpose over popularity, and that's in real life. Like people get like they don't understand what fame really is. Fame can destroy you.
That's right.
It can kill you. It can make you think you bigger and better than everybody else.
That's the drug itself.
It's the drug, So now you think you popular, and you forget about your purpose, like what you really here about. So I tell people all the time, when you see me, I've been through a lot. I've been to some of the most beautiful places in the world.
That's right.
But that don't even matter if I ain't living my purpose.
Whoa, come on.
So don't ask me why I'm running for mayor, because it's my purpose. Don't ask me why I was a comedian or why I am a comedian. It was my purpose. Don't ask me why I'm a father or a husband. Don't ask me none of that, because it's my purpose. Don't ask me why I want to save kids, because it's my purpose. Don't ask me why I care about the seniors, because it's my purpose. You feel me? And it's more purposeful for me to do that than to be popular. And I've been popular a long time.
Wow.
More than half my life.
Wow.
So, don't ask me why. Like when people ask me, don't ask me why I want to do what I'm doing. It's my purpose.
It's in you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, over my popularity.
Over popularity. Yeah. I always say fame is man giving, man. Like that's
It
like
is.
you could be famous this year and not so famous 10 years later. So
Tomorrow they take it from you quick.
Like, so it's not that fame cannot be the purpose.
Nah.
Popularity cannot be the purpose. I think that the popularity should be used for your purpose, right?
Man, it was purpose. It was for me to come on this show today. It was my purpose to get word from you guys, get good food, good energy. The purpose in life is right here.
That's right.
Like, and people live in the past and the future, but you gotta live in right now. Like right now, what's happening right now? I'm chilling with some beautiful people.
Right. On
a wonderful show.
Hi, Stacey.
About to eat. About to eat some good food again. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know how she prepared it, but I know
it's top
she
notch.
prepared. I know she put a little oil, a little butter.
It's top tier, though.
A little garlic.
But don't get in trouble. She don't cook better than your wife.
Oh no! No. Hey, my wife would be happy about this. You feel me? She ain't gonna hate on your cooking. She will not hate on your cooking though. And certain things you probably can cook that she can't, but she do throw down though. She learned how to cook. I seen her go online and learn how to cook, like the real meals. Like she be like
recipes.
Yeah, she be on YouTube. Like, okay, I get YouTube meals.
I wanted to do that one day. I wanted to go online and get a recipe and prepare it myself.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try that one day.
I don't know what your I don't know if you're in a relationship. I don't know how y'all. But if you're not,
don't know either.
If you're not in a relationship, have a young lady come over here, had a joint set up, the actual computer set up on YouTube. What you gonna cook her? And look, this what I'm about to cook you. Had the roses already there. And you know what I'm saying?
Talking, this is smooth here, man.
Yeah, have it already ready, and
that
then
sound like a
push
vibe. Push play
on your music and on the YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
a guaranteed vibe.
An experience.
Little vibe, little wine.
I went over Mano house, and I'm telling you, girl,
oh my God.
He had the computer out, and my roses was out, and he cooked for me off of YouTube.
Wow. I need you know what I want too, Red? I want I want what they had, like an apron on.
Yeah, it had an apron.
It could be arranged.
Yeah,
had an apron.
It could be arranged.
Or like
one of those hats.
Yeah, like
a chef
hat.
Little chef hat.
Little chef joint.
Yeah, that joint will be hot. Wow. Make your joint different though. Make your joint like
swag it out.
Yeah, swag.
Mine's might be leather.
Always leather.
Might be leather apron.
Yeah, it ain't nothing wrong.
You're onto something.
Yeah.
You're gonna get some this weekend, huh?
It's up to Stacey.
Oh my God.
Stacey she locked the whole computer down.
The plan. in.
She
You
locked
can't do
the whole
it.
computer down and left.
Nah, that's my dog. They know I play a lot. They know I'm playing and joking. Serious shit like that. But nah, Ray, I really appreciate you, bro. Like
No, I appreciate
some of the
you.
things that you talking about, and it really resonated with me as far as like, popularity, and purpose, because I think a lot of times we forget, and we all get caught up in our vices and our habits, and and sometimes lose focus of our purpose, and it's important for us to kind of get reminded about what we have to do, right? Because we all do have a purpose. Sometimes it gets a little blurry. We get knocked around.
It's all right. That's cool.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
But
It's all a part of it.
yeah, that's a part of it. And there's no
journey.
perfect people, and you can't be perfect, and you're gonna make mistakes. But when you make the mistakes, you gotta be like, all right, I messed up. That was bad. Let me get back focused. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, we humans, yo. If any man or woman tell you they're perfect, then they're lying. If they're not faced with the same things we're faced with as humans, they're lying. Everybody is attracted to things, and everybody looks at things differently. And sometimes, you get caught up, and it's all right. But when you get caught up, you gotta have your self-awareness enough to be like, man, I'm caught up, man. Bye. I don't need all this. I don't need to throw all my money in the strip club. I don't need to throw all of it on a Bugatti that I can't afford. You feel me? Get you a little baby Mozzie or something.
That's some.
You might get a used one for $30,000. So.
No one will ever know.
No one will ever know. They just say you had a Mozzie.
I got a question. You probably get this question often. Your top 5 comedians of all time, the greatest comedians of all time.
Man, that's so hard, too. People ask me that every time. They don't say top 10. They always say top 5.
10 is a lot.
Okay. I got to go with what I know, right? Because certain people, I didn't really grow up on.
Right.
So I can
understood.
So I can't say my father's top 5. His would be
right.
Richard, and
Right.
So I got to start with my top 5.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Katt.
Okay.
Katt Williams.
Mm-hmm. Katt Williams.
I'm gonna go Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go Robin Harris.
Robin Harris.
I like Bebe's Kids. I'm like one of those individuals. I kind of grew up on him.
Mm-hmm.
See, New York gonna say Chris Rock and all of them.
No. Let's go.
I gotta keep it. I'm gonna put me in it.
Okay.
I gotta put myself in it.
Okay.
Because you can't forget yourself.
That's right.
And this people ain't gonna really. And I'm gonna have to say, like, it's 2 people. So they at the top. They at the 5 with me. It'd be Martin Lawrence and it would be Dick Gregory.
Solid.
Interesting.
Dick Gregory, because of his purpose and how he left, everything he was doing to have a purpose and help people.
Respect.
And he was true to it.
My favorite of all time is not on that list.
Who was your favorite? You gonna say Richard Pryor?
Nope. Nah, I don't.
Okay.
I'm like you. Like, I didn't grow up on Richard Pryor. My favorite comedian.
And I might have missed Eddie. I should have said Eddie Murphy.
That's my favorite of all time.
Well, see, Eddie Murphy is like the GOAT of all GOATs to me. And the reason
he's
why
like the greatest to me ever.
He's a GOAT of all GOATs because what he did, in that era, and he's still doing it. So he's the GOAT. He ain't even on the top 5. We're gonna put him like as the GOAT because
all right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
Because he is the GOAT.
Okay, cool.
So Eddie Murphy, you can't. I mean, generations to generations to generations.
Like, he's the Jordan. Like, he's the.
He is. Right. And when you meet him, he's still a real person.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah, but Eddie Murphy is.
They don't joke around though. Like when you meet him, like he's not.
You met him before?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he don't joke around now. He dead serious.
That's it.
Dead ass.
He do be serious
Yeah,
though.
it's
You
not
know,
a
what's
joke.
up, Red? Hey,
Quiet.
what's up, Red? You know, hey, Red.
And then you turn it on.
But when he go in movies, I mean, that's just like we talking
Right,
about.
yeah.
He ain't trying to be like jokey in the street.
People want that though. When they see you, it's like they want that. It's like
Tell a joke. Yeah, I hate that shit.
What up, Red? And they looking for you to be funny.
Yeah, I'm like, man.
What up, Eddie?
They be like, tell a joke. I'd be like, my teeth? That's the joke, man. My mother ain't give me no braces, but I love it. I'm glad she did.
But you know what though, and you know why that's real? Because I didn't then got into like altercations behind somebody I felt like was the most disrespectful thing to say to me. Yo, let me hear you rap.
You get mad. Don't it get you mad? It gets you
Nigga,
upset.
I look like entertainment to you?
You right.
Do I look like entertainment to you, nigga? I like really almost ready to be in a hole and make the paper.
My man Stoney know, like they be trying, man, tell me a joke. I be like, Slim, stop playing with me. I go
with me,
DC you on them
You
real
are the
quick.
joke.
Slim, stop playing with
So
me.
you be the joke, bruh. Like who you playing? What? Tell a joke. Let me hear something.
I'm walking into the Safeway. You want me to tell a joke? Nah, I'm walking into the grocery store, bruh.
Don't people say the weirdest things to you? And I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna tell you the things that I hate when people say things to me. Right? The number one thing I hate is this. Oh, what's up, Mano? I'm not a groupie, but
Oh, that's the worst. When they start out, I'm not a groupie.
Sounds like a group.
I wouldn't normally. I don't normally ask for pictures.
oh, I'm not on no groupie shit, but
I
I don't really do this, but I ain't a groupie. But yo, listen, I really talk to them though. I say, yo, listen. It's no need for you to put you and groupie in the same sentence if you're not one. Do you know what a groupie is? You asking for a picture. Like, it's nothing wrong with being a fan.
It's all right.
People confuse being a fan with being a groupie.
Yep.
Like that. It's not the same thing. You don't have to give me that leeway. You don't have to break that down for me. Like, you don't have to tell me that first.
Right.
You don't have to give me that.
Like, I wasn't thinking that anyway.
Right.
That
Right.
disclaimer, you don't gotta give me that disclaimer. I'm not a groupie because that really angers me.
It do.
Because it comes with a lot. It's hold on, who's gonna take the picture? I'm not a groupie, but
Angles and
somebody
take it over.
You hand the phone in. I don't really do this, but
And you just standing there like, yep.
I'm pretty sure you've done worse.
But
There are a lot of male groupies though.
I was gonna say that.
It's male or
It's-
female to say the same thing.
But I feel like male groupies is at an all-time high.
Yeah, male groupies are at an all-time high. They need pictures way more than females. They be like, they line up for them.
Yeah, indeed. But no, I don't think nobody should say that though.
When I say
What-
male
what-
groupies, I'm talking about, you got to understand, Mano, you understand. Not when they say they lead off with the, I ain't a groupie. When they say that they not a groupie, I feel where you coming from because that makes me mad too. Like, you ain't really got to say that.
Word.
But I think when we out in the public and we trying to just have some chill, and why is the dudes coming over trying to get pictures? Like, we in a chill environment. Like, we trying to, like, you know, enjoy
No,
the
it's-
moment.
No, listen, it goes even deeper than that. Like, I know promoters that are, like when certain rappers is coming to a club, like they'll have dudes calling like, "Yo, put me in the table right next to Meek. I want to be right next to where Meek is at." Like, real, like dudes. We got a bad culture going on right now. Where dudes are going to the club and going to hang out just to impress dudes. It's like nobody even care about the girls no more. Girls will get elbow, karate chop, kick,
Yo.
just to
Right.
get this fucking section around it happens. Like it happens. Girls will get dragged.
Deadass.
Play with the wrong section. Yeah.
Yeah.
Play with Future section.
Right.
Yeah. Try to be in Futures. Don't let Drake come in the building.
Oh, man.
What? Girls, man, you might see what they got to hold the dudes off. They got to hold the dudes back.
Corny.
It's really bad out there.
It's really bad.
They got to hold the dudes back, man. That is so crazy, man.
I tell them quick as I don't know what, though. Like they be trying to run my bill up.
Not that.
No, they sometimes they sneak and try to get your bottle or pour them a drink.
That happens.
That happens.
That happens.
That happens.
That does happen. That does happen. A lot happens.
The club is
That is corny. What?
corny.
What is going on?
That happens.
Meal groupie.
Get your own table and bottle, sir.
That happens.
No,
You know?
they hey when I
Pick it up and pose with it.
no when that when the waitress come over there and tell
Might as well
you,
borrow your chain.
you know the bottles are 900, and you got to make a decision. Like, okay,
You don't want to be nowhere around that.
it's 9 to 3 bottles. That's 18. That's 27. Do I really want to be a baller tonight, or do I want to be a smaller and take my butt to the
Smaller.
to the bar?
It gets rough out there sometimes.
It gets rough, man. You can't hang with some of these. You know, this money that's out here. You don't try to hang. Your money might not be that money.
Yeah.
Go get you a little $10 drink at the bar, man. Same drink.
Be humble.
Same drink.
Yeah.
It's the same drink. Same drink. It ain't no difference, man.
So you
It ain't-
balling
don't-
tonight? Nah, I'm smalling.
It don't
I'm
taste. Don't
smaller.
taste better. Same thing. I'm smaller than that. I like the small every now and
Me
then.
too.
Man. I like the small.
I'm
like,
smaller.
for real. Like, man, the way because that's the highway robbery outside.
That must be annoying for people who have like really like recognizable faces, like you guys, like going in and like having to put out and show face, and you can't like kind of hide and be like, oh, I'm just getting my little drink today, don't mind me. Like you got to ball out and do this whole thing.
Oh
Like,
no, I make them. Hey, look, this is a true story, my man. No, like I be in a section that's supposed to have bottles at the bottles in that joint, and I be in there, it be no bottles, and everybody be just waiting around when the
everybody
bottles,
sitting there going
when
like
the
that.
bottles come.
awkward as
They
hell.
texting each other. Yo, they bought bottles, right? This is
Bottles will
crazy.
never come. I'm telling the waitress, can you bring me a gin and orange juice?
Wow.
Can I get a gin and orange juice? I'm under my breath. Nah, they gave me this section for free. They ain't say I had to pay no bottles.
You know what? We used to have a strip club here called Perfection, and they had Floyd Mayweather one night. Now I've been in clubs with Floyd and I've seen him go crazy, but he was booked to be here, right? And I don't know what was on his mind, why he did what he did, but he came in the club, came in the section, and every stripper was like
They flooded him,
like,
huh?
like flock, like pigeons, just
Swarming.
on one. Like they just stood there, and they was because he was up in the VIP, and they was just looking. He was just standing there sipping his water. He didn't throw one single.
Just coming to
He
chill.
did
Like
not throw one single. They was up there like this. Hour.
That's a
He's sitting
real
there
night.
like this.
Cause you know he don't drink.
Sipping
No, he
on-
don't
Yeah,
drink.
he's sipping water. Didn't throw one single. I was like, wow.
Somebody left the bag in the car.
No, I think they did that purposely. Like, we
yeah.
just gonna go in there. We just gonna fuck with him. Like, it's crazy.
That's what when you make when you get to them
You can
numbers.
do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, you can just go in the club and just like Once you get to almost a bill, yeah, you can do what you want.
Nah,
I-
definitely,
you
man.
know.
Definitely.
yeah, it's one thing to do it because you want to, and one thing because it's expected of you. That's annoying. I feel you.
Man, we doing what we want to, man. Hey, Red, thanks for coming back.
Thanks for having
Before
me.
we get out of here, I wanna reiterate a couple things. I want to talk about, on your road, to it being, American. Yo, your pants are bothering me. Your pants.
Oh, it's something.
As long as you're on
Yeah,
students,
it's really bothering me. Right, I'm trying
getting
to
cold
get this
out.
out. Right, you
mayoral
on this-
candidate.
Yeah, you on this political process, and also you still on the road, you still touring, still doing comedy shows at the same time. Right now.
Right now. Drove up here to see you. Go back tonight. Go visit Katt. Katt will be in town. We're in D.C. All weekend. 3 sold out shows at Constitution Hall.
Yes.
Wow.
I have a fundraiser on Sunday.
Now the fundraiser is for.
The mayoral candidate.
Oh,
yeah, my mayor run. So, we raising over $4.3 million for this. And if I tell people all the time, you can donate at grantformayordc.com. And anything counts because, what they think that we're not going to do is raise money. they think they can outraise us. But we got too many friends, and I don't take money from like how they take money.
Right.
So all my money comes from everybody. I might ask everybody in this house to give
donate.
me a donate. You feel me?
That's right.
And that's just what I do.
And what is it? Let's put that out there.
It's Grant for Mayor. It's
Grant
the
for
number.
Mayor.
It's the number 4 Mayor DC. But you can just go Grant for Mayor DC, and it'll pop up, and just donate. And if you in the Maryland, DC, Virginia area, you can become a volunteer. You don't even have to be in the area. You can become a volunteer from New Jersey, New York.
Okay.
You know, this is a national race for me. It's not a local race. So I make it, super national. So, yeah, go to Grant for Mayor. You can follow me on IG, Red Grant, REDGRANT.
And the election is next year.
Is next year, but the election really is every day that we
right
run it up until the election.
Okay.
Every day we run is something. So we trying to get more people to vote. We're trying to get people involved with the process.
Right.
Our young people.
Right.
If you're 17, you're about to turn 18, you can vote. If you're a returning citizen in DC, you can vote. A lot of people don't know that you can vote as a returning citizen.
And when you say returning citizen, you mean returning from like prison or something like that?
As soon as you come home, you can get your voter registration card. So you can go to Grant for Mayor and register to vote.
Right. Right.
So
yes.
and that's important.
It is very important. Very important.
Only 2,000 people returning to DC out of the 16,000 are registered to vote.
Wow.
Because they don't know that
they
can
don't know.
vote.
Information is power, man.
That's real.
And I thank you for coming, bro. And
What was off camera? I see
no,
something.
we gonna break bread with you, man. We gonna break bread. Look at this. Come on.
Smell
We're gonna
good.
make sure you eat good, man. This is how we do.
This
Thank you.
this that rice.
Oh my God! Why you?
So shrimp and crab meat.
Oh my God! This is
Thank you,
Yum.
Steph. I appreciate you.
Man, you already know what it is. This is Kitchen Talk, man. Like again, Mr. Red Grant, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for feeding me.
Of course,
Yes.
wouldn't have it no other way. Thanks for stepping into the kitchen, bro, and thanks for your wisdom. Thanks for your game, and
Thank you.
thanks for sharing that with us. And you know what it is. It's Kitchen Talk. Tap in, subscribe. This is not a cooking show. This is not a love show, but we do provide the vibe.
I love the vibe. This is the number 1 show in America and in the world right now. Let's go.
Purpose
Yeah.
over popularity, though.
Yes.
That's right. Purpose over popularity. Thank you, Pearls.
You're very welcome.
Love.
Thank you, guys.